excited for this. We are here to run an ultramarathon in the Nike Ultraflys. Jess and I thought the only way to proper test the iconic road shoe, now turned trail shoe, is to come here and run an ultramarathon. Here we go?
Yeah, right. So, we're here at Selsey Forest with the Big Bear Challenge, and basically the aim of this run is that it's a 6-hour challenge, 3.5 mile laps, and we've got to do as many as we can in those 6 hours. So the course record is 10 laps at the moment, and I'm going to see if these shoes can help me get anywhere close to that. Let's go.
And we're off. So the first thing I'm going to caveat this with is that I don't actually really think I would ever run in a carbon-plated shoe when it comes to the trails. So can the Nikes change that opinion? Let's find out.
So I'm on my first lap. I'm trying to stick at about 5:15 to 5:30 minute kilometres, just because that's kind of a pace that feels kind of comfortable to me. But let's see how long I can last at that for. I think the hard thing about starting a race is just try not to go out too fast, because you get so excited, but then also kind of like not going too slowly that it ends up you're trying to slow yourself down too much. So just going at a pace that feels comfortable for me, and let's see how long I can do this for.
So while Jess zooms off into the distance, I can't even see her now, let's talk about the tech. That's why I'm here. Get my nerd hat on and talk about the tech in these shoes. So they are the Nike Ultrafly. That fly word usually refers to their racing shoe. So if you think about the Alphafly and the Vaporfly, it has the same kind of technology. It has the carbon plate, it has the Zoom X foam, which, you know, combined with the carbon plate, revolutionized road running forever. And they've put that technology into the shoe. They put a woven outer around the foam itself to give it more structure and basically so it doesn't compress as much as you would, because obviously being on the trails, you don't want that springy feel when you're going on over much more technical terrain. And I've got to say, having tested the Vaporfly 3s and the Invincible 3s, the Zoom X foam in them felt a lot springier, and for me, a lot more difficult to run in than the 2s and the ones before that. So this foam feels a lot more like a predecessor than the 2s and the 1s, which I'm a big fan of, because I can feel the ground feel, but I can also get the benefits of the springier foam pushing me forward. With the results at Western States and other big races not being as stellar as the Alphafly and Vaporfly, not taking that top spot, there have been some great results, but it doesn't quite live up to the pedigree of its fly siblings, the Vaporfly and Alphafly on the roads. However, I would definitely say these initial runs I've done and now this race, that it is the best racer that Nike have ever made when it comes to the trails, hands down. And that is down to one very important new bit of tech, which I'll talk about in a minute.
So I'm coming into the end of lap 2, and it's getting really warm already, so I'm very grateful for all the tree cover which is luckily in the forest, and it is absolutely stunning. Yeah, feeling good so far. I'm trying to keep a consistent pace, which I think I'm keeping up, and I'm on target for 10 laps at the moment. So I think I've done each of the 6Ks in about 29 minutes. I think it's about 6K per lap.
So obviously to make a great trail shoe for racing, it needs to be quick. But actually, what I think is on the top of the list when it comes to any trail shoe, racer or non-racer, is the grip. And the reason why I say Nike have made the best trail shoe they've ever done is because of the grip. They've actually collaborated here with Vibram, chucked their incredible traction on their shoes, which are arguably one of the best in the world. And their chevron style lugs that are minimal, so not great on super technical terrain, but on terrain like we've got today, which is sort of changeable, soft ground with a little bit of mud, they are incredible. And the confidence I have going through there makes me go quicker. I wouldn't trust these on the likes of, you know, a mountain race or anything like that, but come park run or a more flat, unchangeable terrain ultra, this might be my shoe of choice. I've actually got a 10k PB attempt coming up that's on kind of similar terrain to this, and I'm thinking for the first time ever I might actually wear a pair of Nikes, which goes against everything I would ever say about Nike before, because with the foam, when it comes to the Carbon Racer, I really struggle. That stack height is too high and my weight pushing down on it makes it feel quite unstable. But with that foam being wrapped in that outer to keep it more trail friendly and not gonna get eaten away out by the rocks, it's made it a lot firmer, which is a huge win for me. Am I a Nike wearer now?
Lap 4. So interestingly, I've actually gone half a size down from my normal shoe size in the Ultraflys, and they're feeling pretty good. I think they're actually built quite wide because they're made for kind of trail running, and ultras meant to be quite comfy. I haven't got like loads of room at the end because I felt like I didn't need much more. But yeah, they're quite comfy, feeling like they're squeezing my feet a bit. Maybe I should have gone for true to size. I don't really know, but I'm about 20k in and they're still feeling good, so I think I'm happy with them. Feeling like I'm getting a bit of a spring from that carbon plate, and luckily this route is mostly dry, traily, but kind of like not slippy, not hilly, not too rocky, so that carbon plate is really benefiting me on this route especially. I'm interested to know, would you run a carbon plated shoe on the trails? Let me know in the comments below.
So one thing I was really keen to test out in my initial runs before today was just how springy these shoes feel. With carbon plated racing shoes, focus is usually on that rocker that kind of propels you forward. But when it comes to the trails, your foot's kind of constantly playing against the surface, so you need to feel a lot more stable. And actually, with this much more flat bottom feel that Nike have made for these shoes, again, I'm quite impressed. You get the springy feel, that is undeniable, but I can feel the surface as I kick on. As I'm going faster, I'm not losing that ground contact, which sometimes you can get with higher stack height, much more aggressive carbon plated racer. So actually the fly plate being placed where it has really plays in to the trail running style that most trail runners would have, which shows that Nike have listened to their trail athletes and created this old shoe.
Plot twist. Stumbled on a rock. May have just kind of grazed everywhere. So I'm walking it off. Kind of gutting, because it was going really well. I'm only like 20k in and I wanted to get a lot more laps done, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I think hopefully if I walk off for a bit and see how my knee feels, and then hopefully I can start running again. But why is this emotional? I think it's like the shock when you fall over. I just kind of was like happily in my own world, and then just like caught a rock with my toe, which is always the way with like trail running. You have to be super careful with your footing. I think my mind was just like, I don't know, you know, you're just thinking about random stuff when you're running. So yeah, that hurt. Let's see if I can run again.
So Jess, what have you just done?
I've stacked it.
Stacked it?
I've stacked it, and it was just daydreaming, you know. Yeah. Not great, but I can run on it, so this might just take me a bit longer to get to the end of this.
Snack break?
Snack break, yeah, definitely. Just testing out running on my right knee is the one that's really hurting. Just testing out running on that, and it feels like it's not too bad. I think it's probably just bruised. But yeah, I think I might just slow down the pace a bit and see how I get on with it. Oh, this sucks. Lap 6. I'm over halfway. Well, if I do 10 laps, I'm over halfway, which is a really nice feeling. I think I'm like just under 30k in. So this is my longest training run of this like block of training. which is nice to be feeling okay. And obviously like breaking things up with listening to music or podcasts or chatting to people, which is really nice. Things I'm doing to minimise like feet swelling and blisters is I'm wearing some kind of like thin, shorter compression socks. I don't really like, it's really hot, so I don't really like them being up to my knees, but like ankle compression socks to try and minimise the swelling. And I am actually quite lucky that I don't blister that well, like, or that often. So that's lucky, but saying that, I am in the heat. I've got another 5 laps to go, so some blisters may pop up. We'll see. I have to say, I think the best thing about ultras is the snacks. You know when you're racing or doing a shorter run, you don't generally tend to like take a proper bit of food out with you, but I've got an actual bar with a chocolate hazelnut filling to eat while I'm running. Isn't that great? I'm walking. Tried to eat on the move. Actually turns out it's quite hard work, and we're also running up a hill, so I'm walking while I just swallow my food. PTSD. This is where I fell over. I gotta remember this. Also just thinking back to how I was crying on camera. Never mind. I'm feeling okay. This is like coming to the end of lap 6 and my left foot is feeling quite sore. Just think I need to loosen my shoes. One of those things. Maybe need a toilet stop. General, need some more water. I've had some more snacks, so I think that's boosted my energy a bit. And to be fair, I am keeping a very consistent pace. So I've been started off more at like a 5:15 pace, and then been running at like a 5:30 pace now. And then obviously my overall time will be slower just because that's like the pace I'm running at, and then I've stopped for like when I hurt myself, I might go to the toilet and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
So comparing buying a pair of carbon-plated racers for the road is a little bit different, I think, when it comes to these Nike Ultraflys. If someone is coming to me and saying, you know, oh, I want to buy a carbon racer for the road, can I use it all the time? My answer would be no, because the degradation that you get from a carbon-plated racer with that foam means you can only do, well, if you look on the box of the On Cloud Boom Echo 3, we'll do 3 or 4 marathons and then it's done. These shoes, I think, and other carbon-plated trail shoes will do a lot more miles. So these could end up being, you know, a pair of shoes that you pick up for your long runs that you don't need the speed for, because that foam doesn't degrade in the same kind of way that a road foam would. So even though this is the road foam put into a trail shoe, again, that wrapping makes it a lot more durable and a lot more usable over time. But if we're comparing like for like in terms of a carbon-plated racer, you could go out and buy the Hoka Tecton X2, which, if you've not seen our video, Sarah said was one of her favourite shoes of the year, and you'd have £50 left over. It is hard to argue with a price tag that high, but as bigger brands move bigger technology into the trails, it's an inevitability prices are gonna ramp up, which is not great for the end consumer, but this technology will trickle down.
Lap 8. I'm over a marathon. It feels such a good feeling to have run so far. I mean, I have to still keep going, which is a little bit unfortunate at this point. But anything over a marathon is an ultramarathon. So I have actually run an ultramarathon already. So that's a really nice thing. I'm going to keep going because I'm aiming for 10 laps. Am I going to do it? It's looking closer and closer to the time, the cut-off time. But I am able to keep running as long as I set off on my next lap before 3 p.m. So hopefully I'm going to get there. I've had to put the motivational music on, of course, because I don't know why, but it helps me find my rhythm more. Well, I guess dancing to the beat of the tune or whatever I'm delirious and trying to say. But that means that my average minute kilometres have been like 5:15 to 5:30 with my motivational music. So just shows what a little mental motivation can do for you. Obviously it's going to slow down now that I'm walking, but I saw a little bit of a hill and thought, what a great opportunity to walk. We are an ultra after all. And is it an ultra without walking? Yeah, it probably still is, but I'm gonna go with no.
So I'm on my final lap, time to give my final thoughts, and there's no easy way to say it. I love this shoe. Never in a billion years thought I'd say that about a Nike shoe, but they've got wide toe box, fit my massive feet, so un-Nike. They are springy, but not spongy. I feel they've got a great fit. While I won't be taking them on any technical terrain, they are fantastic for these exact conditions. And I will be wearing them at parkrun days, at races that have a lot more untechnical trail terrain. Yeah, this is something I never thought I would say. I love this Nike shoe. Okay, enough of the paradox weird era that I've wandered myself into. How's Jess getting on?
So last lap, how are we feeling? I was actually really a bit down. And then I saw Sarah and I thought, oh, I've got a friend. So that's nice. I'm a bit more.
I'm just enjoying feeling like I've run 35 miles when people run past and go like, well done ladies. I'm like, thank
They must be
you.
thinking, you're looking very fresh.
Yeah, well, you know, I just take ultras in my stride.
But my quads are definitely gonna hate me on the after this. Yeah.
And if you're wondering why I gate crashed, yes, I can't come to a running event without running. No, actually, people have asked me all day if I'm jealous. And I've genuinely been like, no, it looks quite hot. I'm enjoying the event village atmosphere. You clap people in, have a few snacks. It's lovely.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to have the company. So I'm glad you're
Yeah, I
here.
just thought I'd experience it from both sides.
Coming into my last lap, so I've probably got about just under a K left to go. I'm just thinking about overall these shoes basically, and yeah, I think like I've really enjoyed like testing them out. I actually haven't got any blisters from a whole ultra, which is amazing, especially given the heat, because your feet swell so much and go so wrinkly. Like I'm dreading to think what my feet will look like when I take my socks off. But yeah, I think amazing to not get any blisters. I feel like it's actually been really subtle having the carbon plate. I'm not sure whether it's sped me up or not. Also, it obviously depends on like training and the course and everything. So it'll be quite interesting to test them out on a hill and see how they compare, rather than like a completely flat course. And also how much grip they have when it gets a bit more slippy, because I've tested it on quite dry land and still managed to trip, to be fair, but I'm not sure that's the shoe's fault. I'm coming into the finish. This is actually such a good feeling after so long. It has been 5 hours and 55 minutes that I've been running for. And I was aiming for the course record of 10 laps, which was actually 3.3 miles per lap on the last time. And now they've lengthened it to 3.5. So I've done a bit longer this time. So I'm so happy to have reached the target that I wanted and to be finishing, because it's quite hard and it's quite hot. Thank you.
This is what we think. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below if you're picking up a pair, and what other shoes do you want us to go and run in. Maybe pick like the 10K fly rather than the Ultrafly next time. And while you're here, go and watch the time where I ran a Ultra in the Apple Ultra Watch now.